The big story in the NFL was Urban Meyer, which, Oscar Meyer could have done a better job coaching the Jags. Here's Mike Lombardi about the Jags job.
Oh, sorry, KJ. I think I had the wrong one lined up. I had Lombardi talking about the Colts game.
We'll play the cut about Lombardi talking about the Jags, but I do kind of want to get on this Urban Meyer thing. Let me take you to Strawberry Fields of sorts. Kind of like, imagine Shad Khan, owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, hired a guy who was the head football coach at, let's say, Grambling State University or Southern University in Louisiana, two of the great HBCUs in America. Let's say this coach won a couple of Division I championships, most notably won titles with the guy who couldn't throw the ball and another guy, I don't know, who would go on to commit murder. And then let's say that these two players get caught drinking at the age of 17 because they wouldn't pay the bar tab, Tebow and Hernandez. One later commits murder, gets charged with assault that night, and under the cover of the team and its lawyers, you get the future murderer's charges to disappear. Now imagine if, like, Eddie Robinson did this or Doug Williams. Imagine they did this. They're coaching in the NFL? Really? I can really stop with the comparison there. What if one of these assistants at Grambling or Southern's team was broiled in an ugly domestic violence situation with their spouse and the coach decided to hide and cover up? Would that guy coach in the NFL, Shad? What if that was Tyrone Willingham or Charlie Strong or Kevin Semmelin? Not only would they not get a shot to coach ever again, they'd be lucky to get a sanitation job or be a college football analyst on Fox. They wouldn't get that, but Urban did. See, Urban can write books called Above the Line and Lessons in Life and Leadership when he's revealed to be an absolute fraud, but he gets hired. And he's a borderline narcissist. And I have to be careful of what kind of cyst I use because, trust me, people throw the cyst word around a lot. It's not good. Like Chris. You know, Chris from Quincy, the guy he hired, he used to work at Iowa, had to go because some of those cysts were popping up. Yeah, this is who Urban hired as his first hire when he got to the NFL after all these other things had happened. How do you go in an interview and not ask, like, so what did you know about Aaron? Just saying. What's the next thing Urban did when he got to Jacksonville? He gives Tim Tebow a job. Now, there's nothing wrong with giving your former students or players jobs with teams. I thought that Tim would make an excellent quality control guy. Maybe he wants to head into coaching. That's how you get in. No, you allow him to take a roster spot until you cut him as a tight end, a position he's never played before. Well, I don't know what happened between him and Aaron in that bar when they were 17. But Aaron was the tight end, and, well, never mind. Tebow was another example of someone who couldn't throw and then got a chance to not be able to hit a fastball. Urban Meyer was now full spread eagle when it came to showing off his privilege. And then better yet, he got to show every color of the rainbow of incompetence, lying, self-dealing, alleged physical abuse of a player. When the former kicker Josh Lambo alleges that Urban Meyer unforcefully but yet forcefully kicked him. You know where this comes from? I looked it up. I was like, you know what? There are only two types of people who are like this in the world. And one of them tend to be the ones who probably got abused somehow. And I'm not trying to make a light of a joke of abuse. I'm talking not serious. I'm talking about like on a damn football field. Urban Meyer played defensive back at Cincinnati while at the same time trying to become a shortstop for the Atlanta Braves. Now that explains why Tebow's the way he is. You got 1 foot in sucks and 1 foot in sucks more. Here's Urban Meyer's record as a defensive back at the University of Cincinnati. 4-6-1, 2-9, 5-6, 5-6. Damn, you didn't learn from winning on the field. In fact, Auburn dropped a 60 burger on them his junior year. You know what he says to himself? One day, those guys who are all smug and are joking and laughing and high-fiving and drinking their new Gatorade over there, because that's how old Urban Meyer is, drinking their Gatorade over there, one day I'm going to be their coach, and they're going to know my pain. I mean, I know this is a show and it's kind of like entertaining, but damn, hurt people hurt people. So when you're defensive back on the team in 1984, that was last in the country in points allowed. Last in every college team that played football, except for his team, didn't give up as many points as his team did. That's a hurt bro. And so you go into coach. You know what it's very much like, Stiz? It's like these guys who are now running Silicon Valley. They were the guys that, wait, I'm going to get that girl, and I'm going to be your boss, and I'm going to run the world.
They showed me.
Well, Urban Meyer didn't do that.
No, but you nailed it. Hurt people hurt people.
Hurt people. In fact, Urban Meyer's name means city dweller mayor. Mayor who's like a city dweller. So when the photos came out of you dirty dancing to Nexus Too Close with that nice young tenderoni, and let's just face it, I mean, if you've ever been on the dance floor and Nexus Too Close comes on, something just happens. It happens. Am I wrong, Stiz?
They literally say it in the song.
They say it in the song, and there's Urban Meyer, the city-dwelling mayor in Columbus, the capital of Ohio.
Oh, you just took a full circle.
Oh, I'm trying to tell you, bro. This thing goes 360, kind of like how Urban Meyer's career, unfortunately, has gone. Now, keep in mind, this all goes back to him at Florida with a couple of 17-year-old kids, one named Tim, another named Aaron. They don't pay their bar tab. They're 17 and drinking. Aaron gets into a fight with security, and what do? You start thinking about to your days, Cincinnati. I got to have these winning guys on my team. I can never go 5-6 again. That was a horrible nightmare. And here we are. All right, let's get the cut from Mike Lombardi talking about the Jags job, and I'll get to Josh McDaniels in a second.
Mike, obviously the news this week with Urban Meyer, he is out down in Jacksonville. Probably a lot of people wondering what took so long. My question to you, is that a perfect fit? Do you think that's something that Josh McDaniels would be interested in?
Well, I mean, look, I think that building there is, so the last 11 years, so let's put things in perspective. The last 11 years, they've had one winning season, and the remaining 10 have been double-digit losses. That's not a Urban Meyer problem, although he added to it. No lie. However, there's a structural problem. There's a cultural problem within that building, and until that gets fixed, I don't care who they hire as a coach. I don't care who they hire. Every coach that's been in there has failed miserably. And the owner has to decide whether he wants to address his culture. And if that's the case, then he should call Josh and say, look, I want you to build this program from the ground floor up. That may appeal to him. I don't know. But unless he says that, I don't know why you would walk in to a culture that has been historically bad since the Khan family has owned it.
Oh, yeah. Josh, don't do it, bro. 617-779-7937 or the text line 37937. It's KJ Late Night here on WEEI. Tim in the car. Go ahead. You're on WEEI.
KJ, how you doing tonight?
Excellent, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey, I wanted to talk about Urban Meyer. I just always wondered about how you can allow coaches to transfer from team to team with no penalty, and you don't allow college students or athletes to do the same thing. And I just wonder what you think about that.
Well, I think with the signing of the Hunter kid who's going to Jackson State University instead of Florida State, I think name and likeness has changed that and will even that playing field where coaches who, let's just face it, promising a college scholarship, you'll get a degree. Really? So you mean I can miss practice? No. I think there were a couple of situations. There was a kid whose last name is Roll. Don't say his name incorrectly. But while he was at Florida State, he was a Rhodes Scholar, ended up becoming a medical doctor, and like NFL like participants or like GMs were saying like this guy doesn't want to play football. It's like, wait a minute, this guy actually did what these coaches promised. So, Tim, to answer your question, I think we're starting to see a balance now where the student now can make their own deals, and the portal is allowing for that to happen. And don't be surprised if you're not going to see even more students be able to play this year and then play for another team next year, just the same way a coach can get up and go. And I think they'll extend out the recruiting period beyond where it is now, where this is kind of like an area where you have to recruit, but you may still be with the team. I think that's going to kind of disappear as well, man. Thanks for the call.
Thank
you. Yeah. Urban Meyer's the worst. And if Josh McDaniels walked into that, oh, God, no. Send Matt Patricia first. At least he was in Detroit first. At least he knows what a bad place looks like. At least. But don't do that to Josh, because I honestly believe that Josh McDaniels is holding out for the head coaching job when Belichick retires. Probably 20 to 30 wins, I would say, after getting Shula's record. And now with Mac Jones and with a team that's already humming, I think where I thought it might take Bill maybe 5 or 6 years to get there with developing quarterback, but now you got a quarterback that you can kind of say, look, you won't lose the game for us and you have the ability to win the game for us. We just surprise people with it, but I think tomorrow night is one of those nights where you'll see Mac Jones win the game. And what a better way to do it at this point, and then only having 3 games left in the season. Look, I'm up against the break. We'll play the Squid Games next. I know some of you money hounds are already out with your pens ready. That's next. Squid Games here on Late Night with KJ, WEEI. Thanks for hanging